Okay, let's check out our C major scale and how we can use that to start reading melodies outside of the natural scale. The C major scale and the natural scale are technically the same thing, but this is the next step before you start reading music in different keys and things like that. So, the first thing we need to do is find the root of our C major scale. And this is the scale shape 1 that we learned in the last module, so if you're confused about that, just go back and check that video out. So root 6, we're going to find the note C, right? E, F, F sharp G, G sharp A sharp B, C. Okay, and then we're going to play that scale shape. It goes 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, and then 1, 3, 4, 2, 4, 1, 2. Haven't really warmed up on the singing today. Don't mind that, right? So if you're not comfortable with that scale shape yet from the last unit, I would go ahead and review that and get that really under your fingers before you start this. Okay, so we found our root. We know we're playing in C major, so we're going to use a C major scale. And let's find the notes. So if this is C, right, because that's the root, then it just goes up the musical alphabet, and there's no sharps or flats in the C major scale. So you go C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. There's 1 octave. D, E, F, G, A, B, C. There's 2 octaves, right? C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. Make sure you say it going forwards and backwards, and say the names of the notes while you play it. Before you even try this exercise, just run through that like 3 times. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. Right? So that is the name of all the notes in your C major scale. Now let's take our music, or our worksheet exercise that we have, or this could be any piece of music if you're checking out some extra resources, some guitar reading materials, things like that. So like Modern Method for Guitar, Volume 1, this is something you can definitely use that for. Or you can definitely use the C major scale for reading that. So let's check this out. So we got these C major scale melodies. Now we're always thinking about how we can break this up into smaller steps. So first let's look at the rhythm. And this comes from what we learned earlier in the rhythm part of this module. This is a dotted quarter note, so it goes 1 and 2, and 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3, rest. 1, 2, and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Right? So before you even play it, I would make sure you can clap through that rhythm like this. 1 and 2. And 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Okay, now that you've got the rhythm in your mind, let's add the notes to it. Let's just focus on the notes, forget about the rhythm. So we're going to do rhythm, and then we're going to do notes, and then we'll tie the 2 together. And also remember, you can always split anything you're learning up into smaller steps. Just do 1 measure at a time. The smaller you break it down, the easier it'll be to learn, and then you can build on that. And as you progress, you'll learn things quicker, and you'll be able to sight read better and things like that. So let's check out the notes for this first measure. You got C, D, E, F, right? And this right here, I know we have the tab, but try actually reading the notes. If you can, you use a piece of tape or something and cover that tab up. So right here is C, right? D, E, F. Okay? Then we have G, A, B, C, D, C, B, right? So the lines and spaces follow your musical alphabet, just like the scale follows the musical alphabet. If you're on the bottom line, that's an E. The space above that would be F. The line above that would be G. A, B, C, D, E, F, and so on and so forth. So your ledger lines, if you remember that bottom line is E, and we talked about this, I think, in the first or second module as well. So if you are having trouble figuring out which notes are which on the actual paper, go back and check that out too. That's in the natural scale video. I think it's in reading level 1, maybe reading level 2 as well. So make sure you can find the notes on the staff. Go back and review if you need to. All right, so I'm not going to cover finding the notes on the staff anymore because that's in the last 2 units. So I'm just going to move forward from here. All right, we got C, D, E, F, and I actually played the rhythm. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So now let's tie that together. 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? And then the next measure starts right there. It starts on 1, and that note is G, this G right here. So let's find the notes. G, G, somewhere in there. I'm not warmed up today. G, B, D, right? So what you might have to do is use your scale to find your notes. If you don't know where G's at, start at C. Go C, D, E, F, G. Okay, there's G, now we need to find B. Well, let's go G, A, B. Okay, we've got G, B, right? Just splitting it up smaller. Then from B, we gotta find D. So you know this is B, keep following the scale, B, C, D. Okay, there's D, great. And then back to C, back to B. So let's add the rhythm just to measure 2 now. Ready? 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Sorry, I'll turn up a little bit. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Right, and make sure you mute your string on the rest. Okay, and now we're going to take those 2 measures, this one, and tie them together. All right, 2, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Right? And then you do that same process with the next 2 measures, just one at a time, and then tie them together, and then you'll tie the whole line together, and this is what that'll sound like. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1. And then it has a repeat, right? So you go back to the beginning. Let me just play that without my singing, distracting you guys. 2, ready, go. So that's that first melody. It's going to be the same process for all the rest of these. Just remember, this C right here, this one ledger line below the staff, that is middle C on the piano. On your guitar, it's right here. It's this C on the low E string, right? So if you have one that's in the 3rd space, an octave up from that, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, it's going to be that higher C right there that you find in your scale. Okay? All right, so I'm going to show you real quick the sound files that I have to go with this to help you practice. Okay, so we have all these sound files, and here's melody 1. Right? And so it gives you 4 measures to get ready to start, and then you can play right along with it. Right, and then I'll play chords, and you can play the melody without me and see if you can still keep the correct time and the correct notes and everything like that. So there's a great practice resource. I have that on all 3 of the melodies, so let's look at melody 3. Change it up a bit with the rhythm, right? So that'd be 1, 2, 3. That would be this one here. So there's some play-alongs for you. I've got them for all 4 of those melodies. They all use the C major scale, and I would learn the melodies on your own, splitting it up the way we talked about just a minute ago before you play along with the recordings. Use that kind of as your final step to really solidify it. All right, so that's about it for reading in this unit. I'll add some like extra resources at the end of this. I think I might have put some in the last module as well. Maybe just do a page of extra resources that can help you out. But one that I really recommend is Modern Method for Guitar by William Levitt. That's off the Berkeley Press. It's an older book, but it's a really great book. There's volumes 1, 2, and 3. Start with volume 1. They progress naturally, so don't jump straight to 3 like I did when I think I jumped straight to 2. But anyways, yeah, happy plucking, and we'll see you in the next video.